Hello, possums, and welcome back to the APA feed. STF is so happy to be back. I know you guys were waiting patiently, and we thank you for that. We are back to our weekly releases with the APA, and we're starting right now with episode 135. So enjoy. Oh my possum. It has been way too long since we have done this. Who the hell are you people? What's going on? Welcome back to Southern Tomfoolery, folks. It's been, 5 weeks since we've dropped an APA episode?
Yep. Something like that.
5 weeks.
72 years.
72 years. It's been 48 out of 55 years.
I hope everyone's been enjoying some hideous tomfoolery in the interim.
Yeah. That was very nice of Steve and Griff and, to kind of help us out in that. And if you like what you heard there's plenty more.
It's on the internet.
It's there.
It's there.
Yeah. What's up, guys? How you doing? It's so good to see your faces around this virtual table. It's, obviously we've been talking. It's not like we haven't spoken to each other.
I haven't spoken to any of y'all in 2 months.
Hey, Zach and I have been just at odds with each other for months now.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally just locked in each of your rooms.
Yep.
And like when you come out, it's just like hard stares at each other.
Yeah.
Like in the kitchen, like.
Poke your head out. He's in the living room. Yeah.
You can cut the sexual tension
I
with
know.
a knife.
I was going to say, just do it already. God.
Need y'all to calm down, okay?
Need you guys to calm down and just
Yeah.
bone already.
Exactly.
I'm calmer than you are, dude.
Look,
all right?
but I'm going to need y'all just to calm your breasts.
No,
Just calm your breasts.
Calm your breasts. Just calm your breasts.
My breasts
I
are
don't know
very
what to
calm.
Calmer than Boobar. No. Sorry.
Okay.
You miss
rusty.
100% of the shots you don't take.
Hey, 5 weeks worth of that, that's going to build up,
Yeah,
I mean,
we gotta
to
get
shake.
back. We gotta get back in the flow. Our usually top tier level jokes are a little rusty.
Well, shoot or shoot,
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, we have not played in quite some time, and we left the APA on quite a big cliffhanger. But I don't really care about that right now.
Which we will continue to leave them on.
Yeah, I
huh?
can surprise everybody. We've got a few weeks of shadow stories that we're gonna do. How do you guys feel about that? Check in with those shadow characters.
So we're doing a thing that I personally like. It just irks me when a show or some form of entertainment that I like does, like say anime or something. Major cliffhanger for the the main characters. Here's a side story for half a season. Not saying it's going to be that long, but
No, well, it might be. It depends on how many doors are in this temple.
Yeah.
that's true. That's true.
No, the funny thing is, I was telling Grace, when I was kind of prepping this and getting ready for this, I was like, man, I feel like I'm doing the tail section episodes of Lost. Exactly what Josh is talking about there, how, season 1 ended with this big cliffhanger about the hatch. And then season 2 opens with 6 episodes focusing on the survivors on the other half of the plane.
Right. Drove me nuts. Like that show honestly almost lost me there.
Me too. Like I almost am not the Lost fan I am because of those episodes. And yet here we are. Here I am doing the same thing. But, hopefully your shadow characters are more interesting than the tail section of
No promises,
oceanic
dude.
flight.
Come on, don't put that pressure on me, bro. Come on.
Well, if I remember correctly, it wasn't exactly interesting, so the bar is pretty low.
Wait, what?
The tail section
tail.
of Lost was not very interesting, so the bar is pretty low.
there was Mr. Echo, which was a cool character.
Yes.
Spoiler.
Tail section.
Spoiler
Didn't
alert.
get
Yeah,
enough
spoiler for
time.
Lost. Mr. Echo is in the tail section.
Didn't get enough time, I think.
Yeah, well, that's a whole nother problem. You want to pivot this
I was
into a
gonna
Lost
say, are we
podcast? We
pivoting?
could do it.
Oh,
You don't
shit.
even tempt me. We could pivot to a Lost podcast.
Y'all thought we were
wanted
doing
to do
shadow
that.
stories. No,
Yeah.
we are doing a Lost podcast pivot. That's what this is.
Yeah.
Because that's what the world needs right now. It's another Lost podcast.
Lost. It's a 20-year in review. Don't worry, we'll get back to the APA, but we're going to spend
it's
one
gonna stay on the
episode
main feed.
per episode of Lost. So it's going to be like, another 70 weeks or so before we get there. But
Over a year.
yeah. Well, okay. All right. I'm just glad to be back.
Tell us about the tail section, Adam.
Last time, Lost. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into it, folks. I'm excited to play. I am excited to do this shadow story bit here. But it has been a while since we've visited with them, so I've prepared a bit of a recap for you. The story begins with two Kyle twins, Teneval and Trelax Adar. These siblings were born and raised in the shadow plane of Kuvakara, and at the center of this city in Shadow Verses was a community of Kyles who called themselves the Enclave. Everybody with me so far? Everybody got that?
No way, go back. No way,
Enclave.
go back. No way, go back.
Any
Wait,
questions?
hold on,
Okay.
Adam. What type of Verses was it?
Shadow.
Okay.
Shadow. There's going to be a lot of that in this. All right, so just prepare yourselves. Drinking
What?
game, but
What?
I'm not responsible if you drink yourselves to the hospital. Every time I say shadow in the next 10 minutes, take a shot. Don't do that. Really, don't do
Take
that.
a sip of beer. Jesus.
Yeah, maybe just a small sip.
What episode of Lost is this?
Season 2, episode 7.
Yes,
I think it's a
that's
pivotal moment in the series. Really fantastic direction work.
Well, that's when they came back together. You know,
Lindelof
that's on
really shines in this.
I told you, Adam. I'm trying to
I-
tell you. We're talking about Lost.
Yeah, you're
hate
with
it.
it. I know. All right. Anyway, so this Kyle Strong Post was led by a woman named Vela. Vela led the Kyles of the Enclave successfully with her pragmatism and determination. For years, they fended off the worst of the shadow creatures and vermin, kept the community fed, and kept them enriched with purpose. Unfortunately, like any society, corruption finds a way. In the case of the Enclave, this came in the form of Eclipse Innovations. This corporation from the material plane had found a way to the shadow plane and came offering power and technology to the Kyles. Vela did not trust Eclipse Innovations and told them that they could keep their promises. The Kyles had not needed them before, so they are not needed now. Unfortunately, there were those among the Enclave that acted swiftly and harshly against Vela, greedily accepting the newfound power and promises from a new Shadow Queen. This forced Vela and those loyal to her, including the twins, to go on the extreme defense and begin building a resistance to the now Eclipse Innovation Kyles, otherwise known as the Eclipsed. This would begin with shoring up defenses of the Enclave's stronghold in Kuvakara. 3 months after the split, Teneval held council with Vela to present a bold new plan. Teneval and her brother would go to Shadowed Skydock and join the worshippers of Zon-Kuthon that controlled the Starship Bay facility. These Kuthites were known for their diplomacy and their deep connection to the Midnight Lord. Tenna hoped that Father Gloom, the congregation's leader, would join them against the Eclipsed and oust this pretender, this mysterious Shadow Queen. Once there, the twins were accepted graciously and found a surprising acceptance among the Kuthites. It felt so right, in fact, that Tenna became a disciple of Zon-Kuthon herself. They were assigned a salvage ship by one of Father Gloom's top acolytes, a Kyle named Hirambor. Hirambor has figured out a way to convert excess shadow energy into tangible material by salvaging it from runoff that seems to occur where the space between planes is thin. While the Skydock has a significant amount of this excess shadow energy, it is not enough to sustain their needs, so the twins were now piloting a salvage ship to find other thinnies across the shadow plane and harvest this energy. While they found the work to be satisfying, Trelax had not forgotten the reason they came to Shadow Skydock in the first place. They need the Kuthites to join them in their fight against the Eclipse. But every time Trelax mentions something to Tenna, she pushes him off and says that they need to commit further to the ways of Zon-Kuthon before asking this congregation to put their lives on the line for them. At some point, Tennaval started having intense dreams. In these dreams, there was always a woman who was leading the Kuthites into battle with her enclave against those that had caused them so much pain. She was the true herald of Zon-Kuthon, destined to become a goddess herself. Tenna only told her brother about these dreams at first, and then he convinced her that these were only manifestations of her newfound devotion to Zon-Kuthon, that she was seeing herself in her dreams of grandeur. Yet at some point, the dream changed. Zon-Kuthon himself appeared to Tennaval this time, and also to Trelax. This was the only time that Trelax shared a dream with his twin, but the message was clear. Zon-Kuthon had chosen them to seek out this herald and make sure that she came to the path of the Velstract. They had no idea who this herald was, how to find her, or where to start. All they had were the pieces of Tenna's dreams, so they reached out to a dream prophet named Mordrin Dovey. Am I saying that right, Heath?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Who had arrived at the Skydock a couple weeks before. They spent a few days with the dream prophet, undergoing intense dream therapy and prodding until Mordrin finally had a breakthrough. There would be a way to find and get to this herald at a remote asteroid research station that had appeared in the shadow plane a week ago. This lab also happened to have a pretty large pocket of shadow energy, so they loaded up on their starship and they headed out on a course given to them by the Prophet of Dreams and joined by a guard robot that goes by Gloombot, or D. Gotcha, Josh. Didn't forget.
Yeah.
When they arrived at the lab, they discovered that it was a decades-old lab from the material plane. It did not take long for them to ascertain that it also belonged to Eclipse Innovations. They explored the lab and found that it had suffered some sort of event that had frozen all the androids that worked there in place, as if they all immediately lost power at the same time. All of them, but one. Xeno 6. Before they could ask this new android any questions, they were attacked by an emotivore hungry to feed on a heavy emotion burst he had sensed upon the lab's arrival in the Shadow Plane. Working together, they defeated the emotivore and returned to Shadow Verses. On the way back, Xeno 6 was questioned about his relationship to Eclipse Innovations, and his account of only having worked for them many, many years ago seemed to only temporarily stay Trelax's mistrust of the android. In any case, they arrived back at the Shadow Dock and spoke with Father Gloom. Father Gloom gave only vague advice, news of violence at the Enclave, and no agreement of help to the twins in their conflict. So the Adars turned to Gloombot, Mordrin, and Xeno 6 and asked them to join them to head back to the Enclave to hopefully find more leads to find the Herald that could help save their people. As they crossed the dark country to the Enclave and on their unicycles, they were chased by some eclipsed Kyals. After defeating these enemies, they arrived at Shadow Kuvakara and made their way to the gates of the Enclave. The 4 spiraled towers and black obelisks that they ringed were a welcome sight for the twins. It was home. As well was the face of their leader, Vela. She welcomed the Adars as well as their new companions, but time was short. The Eclipse had been escalating their attacks on the battlements, searching for weaknesses. However, Vela felt confident that their defenses would hold for quite some time yet. After Tenna revealed her dreams to Vela, she tells the Shadow Party about a sect of Velstrax that go by the name of the Mouths of Anularitus. She believes that these Velstrax are finding a way to affect the dreams of the Kyals, wearing them down physically with terrible nightmares. She had heard rumors that there is a temple in the mountains north of Kuvakara, and that it holds an ancient dream gate. At this, Mordrin perks up and suggests that they go there to heighten the dream connection between Tenna and the Herald. That very night, the Enclave suffered a massive and devastating attack, as the Eclipse had procured the allyship of Shadow Giants. Not only did this attack come on the Marshal side, but at the same time a deadly psychic assault was carried out. The Velstrak and the Eclipse had somehow amplified the Dream Gate and channeled Dr. Gigant's corruption directly through the Enclave obelisk. All the children and elderly died in their beds, nightmares filling their minds and stopping their hearts. As the Shadow Giants crushed through the walls of the Enclave, Vaya snapped into action and started the process of evacuating the non-combatant Kyals out of the Enclave. Using secret tunnels, the Kyals escaped the impending destruction of the Shadow Giants. Vela sent the crew to the temple of Anya Laritas to seek the Enclave's revenge and regain control of the Dream Gate. The crew was ushered off in an opposite direction of the refugees, and their tunnel emerged at the riverbank, where a boat waited for them. The barge carried them on the long journey to the temple, their emotions high and mistrust even higher. Tenna and Trelax confronted Xeno 6 once again. Xeno 6 explains the rune drive, his relationship to Captain Ziva, whom he identifies to the twins as the Herald, his knowledge of Dr. Gigant, and his business in the lab that they found him in. There are answers that even he doesn't know, and finally, Mordrin brings their bickering to a silence as he heard the approach of a giant shadow bat. The party handled the large predator with elegant ease. That night, Xeno 6 noticed that the rune drive thrums, and Mordrin suggested that they try to use the power to tap into Tenna's dream again and try to connect to the Herald once more. Combining the magic of the Dream Prophet, the witch-warping abilities of Tenna, and the rune drive being powered by Xeno, they were able to actually connect to Ziva. However, something goes wrong and unexpected as they are actually physically pulled into a dream plane. They had connected to the Herald at the same time that Dr. Gigant had invited the APA to her lab. They were only there for the briefest of time, but enough time to see Captain Ziva standing over Apatra. However, they were there much to the ire of Dr. Gigant, who immediately booted them from her lab and back into their plane. Shaken, the following morning they arise to a grisly sight. They have approached the final bend of the river, and along the shores, totems spaced apart every 100 feet all bear the crucified corpses of eclipsed Kyals from the Enclave. And that's where we're going to start.
And
So
we'll
the corpses
see.
are specifically eclipsed Kyals who sold their souls to EI and ended up getting crucified anyway.
Are they? Because all we...
It definitely looks that way.
Okay.
Which was confusing to Tenna and, Trelax, and you guys actually had a moment, right, where Tenna's faith in Zon-Kuthon was actually shaken because,
Yeah.
Zon-Kuthon is the Prince of Pain, right? Not necessarily looking to kill people. I mean, he does, but it's less about murder and more about extending pain,
Correct. Yeah, and I think that's sort of what caught Tenna off guard the most.
So anyways, you guys are on this boat, and you do
It's going
see
fast.
No, it's pretty slow. I'm thinking like Heart of Darkness type down this river.
Emily, were you trying to do a Lonely Island bit?
I did. I'm so sorry. I'm scared to get into this with seriousness.
No, so that's the recap. It's heavy or whatever, but that's where you guys are starting this. However, you guys did level up at the end of the last combat, and I don't think we've discussed it on air. So you guys, we don't have to do role play things. I just kind of wanted to go around the table and tell me what kind of things you took for 10 or what your build is, just to kind of get people back in what's going on.
Bro, it's been so long since I leveled this character up. I have no idea what I took at 10. I can safely say that Treylax is 10% more badass than he was at level 9.
That's fair. All right, so you took a 10% power.
I took a 10%. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I can tell you that Gloombot, I don't know if this is common knowledge or not, but it's been said on air, but he has 1 level of Envoy, so he has now gained his 9th level of Soldier, which adds a second fighting style.
Oh, okay. What did you take for that?
So I was looking at, was like Flash and Awe or something like that, but didn't quite fit because I don't have a sonic weapon and whatever. So I ended up going with Squad. Seemed like a safe pick. Only downside is I don't really get much, if any, benefit out of coordinated shot because he's likely not going to be in melee. But quick backup's awesome. Being able to move twice my speed and make an attack as a full action.
Oh, wow.
Go ahead.
This is your first level of Squad?
Yeah. Well,
I don't think you get that. I think you get the first ability.
Yeah. That's
wait.
True.
So then I probably screwed this up entirely.
It's all good.
Yep, a little bit.
Reverse.
I'm sure that
for
won't
the
have
course.
any negative consequences.
Surely not. And surely Adam is not a generous enough GM. Yeah, see, I was under the impression that a second fighting style, first time playing a soldier, at this level at least, I'm level 9 as a soldier, so I'd get the level 1 through 9 and stuff on it.
No, you
it's like
start
starting
over.
Yeah.
So like with your second fighting style, you'll never get the last ability because you won't get high enough level. You know what I'm saying?
Cool. Well, coordinated aim does jack shit for me. So that's my level up.
Well, it'll be really awesome when the time you do need it, it comes into play. You know?
Maybe. No, I have to threaten a foe with a melee weapon to use it. I don't have a melee weapon.
Oh,
You might want to get one.
yeah, I'd recommend that.
Yeah.
You might want to find you one at some
No,
point.
that's lame. All right, next
All right,
person,
well,
go. Give us some
Josh,
better news.
I got 2 4th level spells, so that's pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, I think all the 2 of the spellcasters got into their 4th level spells. That's cool. That's cool. What about? I mean, obviously, let's save the spells for when you use them. You know, John, you're 2 levels Nanosight.
Correct. Yes. So I'm 2 levels Nanosight and 8 levels now. I took a level in Technomancer.
Okay.
And there's not really much to say as far as like what there is for level 10. I know that there's like ability boost. There's a feat, which frankly, I don't remember which one I chose.
Yeah,
it's been 5 weeks, but
been
other than that, I mean, like
there's looked at these characters.
that's very true. And as far as spells, well, we're gonna hold off on that.
I can't wait till our first combat because it sounds like you guys are super prepared with going over your character sheets. It's gonna be great.
I'll have you know, I just skimmed mine. Thank you.
Proud of you. All right. Well, so the characters are level 10. Does anybody else have anything they want to share about level 10?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Granted, we're all fairly unsure with what we're doing with these characters. That's why we're professionals. I'm pretty sure the feat I took was Spell Guard, which is cool. It's kind of like Bodyguard, but for spells. Like you give an ally a +2 against a magical effect.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
And I also got some 4th level spells.
Sweet. All right, so you guys are on the deck of this boat. Do you guys
where is the boat in relation to?
I mean, you're like approaching.
So we're like washing up onto the dock.
Yeah,
or the bank of the river, which is directly in front of the line of corpses leading into the temple.
How about a little flavor text? You want a little flavor text?
Yeah.
On this approach.
Yeah.
I wrote flavor text, y'all. It's box text.
I'm so proud of you. Yeah.
Notice how that was the 2 GMs.
Yeah. I see you both. As you bring the ship up to the dock at the end of the river, An ominous structure stands before you, carved out of the face of the mountains that stand guard over the pool where the river ends. The black razor-sharp crags bear ill will like titanic fangs. The dock is made out of dark wood, and it meets the bottom of a staircase that leads to the temple, lit only by the moonlight above. The crucifixes still standing like sentries all the way up to the door. You notice at the top of the stairs, a body lay crumpled at the bottom of one of the grisly totems, and you can hear a faint murmur coming from their lips.
Okay. So as we, approach the dock there, Trelax will try to, I guess, get out of the boat, anchor the boat,
All right. Do you have profession sailor?
Yep.
All right.
I've got plus 35, and is that high enough?
No, you're good. Yeah. I'll take your passive.
Okay. All right. Cool. So, anyway, Trelax, anchors the boat, and is everybody going to get out, or?
Yes. Yeah, no. Tenna's right behind you, and she's got this weird sort of almost glossed over look to her eyes, but her face is just set in stone. Like she's just beyond distraught and furious.
Yeah, that's what I was curious about. So Trelax will look at Tenna and look her right in the eyes and just be like, "Steel yourself, sister. This will be difficult."
Juxtaposing the distraught face of Tenna, Mordrin, eager as the day is long, approaches and puts a hand on her shoulder and says, "Before we approach this fascinating location, I just want you to understand that the bodies, those eclipsed that were killed, that is not the work of Zon Cathan. That is not how he deals. He's not about death. He's about suffering. So, take some consolation in that."
Well, I'd say that death is the cause of much suffering for those that love the one who's died.
Astute.
Get reused to Gloombot. Yeah.
Astute and philosophical as always, Gloombot. I mean, D.
You can call me whichever you like. It's fine.
And
We can debate philosophy later. Let us go.
And gets out of the boat looking placid as always, not really able to see his emotions behind the drone bot that he's using for his new structure. And he's going to get out and kind of observe the scene, and from there he's just, "I believe you have the right of it, Mordrin. And as you were saying, Trelax, let's stay on our guard."
So Trelax will lead the party. He'll be in front as we approach. Obviously, his perception is not exactly the highest in the world, but I think as we get closer to the temple, he would certainly hear the murmuring. That one too.
That also.
Yeah, kind of like
Mummering.
kinda
It's an acting troupe.
Yes.
Yeah. Soft sounds of
Acting troupe mumbling.
of pain, groans. Groans and moans. Yeah.
So I'm assuming that there isn't anything else in the immediate vicinity.
There is like right kind of at the left side of the door. There's a small pedestal with a basin at the top of it, although it's empty.
But that's after we would be approaching this body.
He's almost laid up against that basin.
Okay. Either way, Trelax would approach it,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what would he see?
So you see a Kyle, who, do you have medicine?
So I was going to
I have
say,
a plus
Tenna's,
2.
Tina's about 5 feet behind him, so I don't have much medicine more than you do, but yeah, there's that.
Well, I'm 2 feet behind you, and I have a lot of medicine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. What's your bonus?
15.
Yeah. So you kind of can tell that this person was once up on the totem. That's kind of leads right up to here, in that it's clear that he has fallen off.
Okay.
You know, like he still has a nail in his hands, and he's still kind of like gashed across his stomach. You know, that he was definitely up on. There's one totem that's like missing a body, and looks like he kind of fell from that, maybe broke a bone, and crawled to the basin.
Okay. So Trelax will kind of like pick him up a little bit. He'll kneel down and kind of pick him up, and sort of halfway cradle him, I guess. And he appear to be alive? Is it a he?
He is, and like, yeah, it's a he, and you actually recognize him as a Kyle from your enclave.
Okay.
You know him as Xavier, and you also know that he was one of the ones that joined the Eclipsed.
Okay. So Trelax will speak to him. He'll just say, "Brother, Xavier, what has happened? Can you speak?"
What are you doing here? What? And his eyes kind of like struggle open. He's hey, what? Oh, Trelax.
Yes, it is I, Xavier. Please, tell me what happened here.
Why are you here?
Never mind that. It's not important.
I was supposed to be taken down before this. All of us were supposed to be taken down before they died. But
I don't understand, Xavier.
she left us.
Who?
The Strix.
The Strix.
Yes,
Shit.
she is the one that was in charge here. Why have you come here? This is a cursed place.
I'm seeking answers, Xavier.
They've destroyed the Enclave.
Yes, Vela was foolish not to take the deal. I am sorry for the lives that have been lost. But we cannot stand against the Shadow Queen.
Trelax will turn to Tina and just look at her, with kind of a quizzical, like, look, I guess, like, what does she he's wanting to know in twin speak what she thinks about this.
Twin speak.
In twin
I love
speak,
that.
yeah.
Tina would just kind of look back at Trelax for a moment and then kneel down next to Xavier. Tell us about this Strix. Make the last moments of your pitiful life worth something.
Can I have some water, please? I am so thirsty.
Tina would give him some water. Pull I guess a thing
Canteen.
out of her pack.
Yeah.
Sci-fi canteen.
It's probably still a canteen.
Space
yeah.
canteen.
Space canteen.
Shadow Space Canteen.
Shadow Space Canteen, to be specific.
It's very
yeah, so
important.
Now, is this
there's
regular
some-
water or shadow water?
It's
Shadow water, obviously.
Yeah.
Definitely shadow
okay.
water. Yeah. I like how we're all like immediately it's shadow
Yes.
water. So like he drinks a little bit and kind of collects himself, and he's gonna tell you some things. I'll spare you guys like having to ask him like all the questions. He's just gonna tell you some things that he knows. First, he says, "This temple, it is a home for the Eclipsed. The Eclipsed are now a combination of Verstrax, Kyles, and Vertone from the material plane. We are all here under the teachings of the mouth of Anularitas. This temple has teleportation circles with Eclipse Innovations technology that are being used by the Velstrax to bring recently deceased or potential anchorites to the way of the Velstrack. The project here is being led by a Strix named Komarta.
Will you say that without an accent?
Komarta.
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 Okay.
Also, I have seen a man by the name of Keon Reese. He has come to visit here multiple times via one of the teleportation circles inside. I assume that this man is in charge. His tensions get high and the productivity of the temple's work increases. In anticipation of his visits. However, he has not been here in a month. And the Strix left us here last week. All of us were supposed to be pulled off of our totems before we died. And brought back to this temple to fulfill our transformations into Velstrax. But
Foolish.
in her absence, all but me died. The only reason that I was able to survive is that because I fell from my crucifix to the ground. I was able to pull myself to this basin and drink the last of the healing serum that was there. This basin is usually filled with a serum of healing, so as that those that enter this temple can be at full health and capacity to experience the full breadth of pain that is required to become a Velstrack. What I know that maybe others didn't is that we all serve this mysterious Shadow Queen, who has provided the Velstrax that were here new ways of distributing pain through a strange gate that lies at the heart of this temple. There has been a rumor of a herald of Zankuthan that is coming to take the Shadow Queen's place and to lead the Velstrax against the remaining Kayals and Shadow Kuvakara, and then into the material plane beyond. And then with that, he takes one last drink from the Space Shadow canteen, and he Space Shadow dies.
Okay. Trelax will gently set him down, and Space Shadow close his Space Shadow eyes.
Jesus Christ.
They pop back open.
And he does it again.
One pops back up. Just
And
the
then he
left eye.
close it again, okay?
It won't, like, you're going to need to put like a quarter or something on it.
Yeah.
Here,
Kuthon
I
works in
have super
mysterious
glue.
ways.
Oh my god.
After super gluing the motherfucker's eyes shut.
Do you have Zip Stick and Ion?
We
Yes,
turn him
at
over.
100%.
We put him face
Yeah.
down.
Trelax just quietly says, I am sorry, brother. I wish things had been different for you. For everyone. And he just sets him down where he lays and stands up and looks back at the party. Did everyone catch that?
Indeed, it appears as though the story of this herald who we so fervently seek has been weaponized against your people.
Indeed. And he looks knowingly at Tenna. Is this the future that you want for yourself, sister? And he like gestures towards all of the bodies on crucifixes, you know.
I want to emphasize that from the moment you first saw the crucifixes to your arrival here, you probably saw 100
People
bodies.
that we probably knew.
You know at least that all of them come from your
Yeah. I mean, it might not be
Enclave,
like friends of ours, right? But like people that we
Yeah.
would know within our village, essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So just to clarify, I think I may have misheard that. The rumor was that the Herald was going to be working for the Eclipsed?
Yes, and
That's-
replace their
Okay.
Shadow Queen and defeat your Kaials and invade the material plane.
No.
Have I got the right of it? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't
cool.
care for that. That's why I wanted to.
Which is why Trelax asks Tenna, "Is this the future that you want for yourself?"
So Tenna would just kind of like has been staring down at the dead Kyle now, and just looks up at you. I mean, she's so torn right now. Like everything that she's seen, like you're literally like twisting the metaphorical knife in her chest, because I mean, everything that she's been doing has been for the benefit. Her assumption was for the benefit of the Enclave, of her people, and now to hear that this supposed hero, this herald, who's to be believed? You know, like,
Who could even know?
Well,
and she
that's-
just kind of whispers, and it's just like, so Guthorn came to us. He told us. He came to us. And then she would just kind of look back down and shake her head, like that. She doesn't know how to respond to you. Like,
Yeah, he doesn't offer any reply to her. He just turns to the rest of the party, and it's like, "Very well then. Shall we continue?"
If I might, I understand this is a crisis of faith on your part, and no one can determine how to react to your faith or whether you lose that faith but you. But the simple fact is, whichever side is correct, this herald is the real deal, as the kids say. This herald is obviously a person of great import and great power. So, even if the opposition received similar visions, all that does is turn this into a race. And as far as I can tell, much of the enemy has been decimated. So let's race forward and retrieve her.
and she gets a glimmer of kind of like hope a little bit. Like she's sort of clinging to your words. She says, yes, this makes sense. Of course, why wouldn't they would weaponize the Herald against... Yes, of course. She is real. We will find her first, Trelax. We will do this. Yes. And she just, stand up, prepare herself.
Tenna, if I may.
No, dude, we have no time for this.
Okay.
Trelax just kind of glares at Mordrin for a moment. He's never pleased with Mordrin filling Tenna's head with what he thinks is nonsense, and so he just turns around and kind of looks for a way into the temple. Is the door open, or?
Well, Dee had something to say. We're gonna
Yeah,
give-
no,
Oh, okay,
that was
yeah.
Emily.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
Oh,
ahead.
okay.
Tenna, if to suffer is to be blessed, then you are blessed indeed in this moment. Logically, it checks out.
Nailed it!
Missed this.
All right, Zach, to answer your question, there is a large arch, okay, and where you would think typically you would have like double doors that open, but it's just an arch over a rock face, and etched above that, it's carvings, but then it's like lit with fluorescent neon light. So it's this weird hybrid of like carved into the woods, and then somebody put some technology in that to light it. And it's not very bright, but it's just enough to you can read it in.
It says, "Speak, friend, and enter."
Fucking beat me to it.
It says the manifold.
Okay.
Who has I've been looking at 2E a lot, and so my brain is confused. Is religion a skill?
No.
No, it's culture,
Mysticism.
right? Mysticism, yeah. Somebody can roll a check in mysticism if you want
Don't
on
mind
Got
if
the
I do.
manifold.
I
I'm gonna
also don't
roll.
mind if I do.
Anything to boost that?
That's a 17. Not that
22.
great. No.
That's okay.
Just double checking, making sure I don't have anything fancy that I can add to it. No, I don't. That's
What's your theme knowledge?
Hold on. Death touched.
Yeah, but like, what do you get a DC reduction on for your theme in your theme knowledge?
You use perception rather than mysticism to recall knowledge about undead or negative energy effects. Yeah,
Well, I got a dirty 30.
that's higher than me.
Well, why are you?
There we go.
What? You buried the lead there. Yeah, so with a dirty 30, you recognize this, that manifold is a name for the place or ideal being known as Onularitus. Okay? And what you know about that with that dirty 30 is that Onularitus is either aware or a thing and is referred to interchangeably. But what you do know is that flesh and technology have become one. Frailty, impurity, and suffering have been purged with the acceptance of amoral existence. Onularitus, say the mouths, defied description. To understand it, her, one must experience it, her. You know that so you then can extrapolate that you know about this is a particular Velstract faction called the Mouths of Onularitus, and they are all about integrating technology into flesh. They very much, that's their way of like experiencing pain is through augmentation and
Okay.
Hey, I've seen this one before.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's it called? What's it
in
from?
Eclipse Innovations Black
Oh,
Site.
yeah.
right.
Well, your character hasn't.
I know. That's why I didn't say, "Hey, I've seen this one
so-
before."
Fair. Very fair. Yeah, so, I mean, Morgan would kind of assess for a second and turn to the party and say, as we approach this manifold, just understand that what we walk into will surely be full of abominations of flesh and technology, for this is the focal point. This is the confluence of flesh and technology combining.
How very eloquent of you, Morgan.
Thank you.
Proud of you.
He says with such
proud
a
of you.
straight face and like
Yeah.
no expression, you know.
Right. I am a very educated man.
Clearly.
Very, very nice. So you still have the issue with the door that's not there to deal with.
So it's just
So it's
like,
just
do
wall?
we see anything?
There's like an arch around where a door should be, and it just looks like mountain face, sheer
okay.
mountain rock wall.
Detect
Okay.
magic.
Yeah.
You do detect magic.
Shocked. I'm shocked.
Right.
Is
Let's
it
see what-
specifically the door? Or
Let's see.
Yes, it's basically the entire
okay.
space of rock under the arch is glowing with necromancy and transmutation magic.
Okay, necromancy and transmutation magic. That's what I wanted to know. Do we know where it's emanating from?
Yes, I just said it.
I missed
Anybody
that part.
want
It's
to?
just
Anybody want to
the
fill
whole
The,
arch,
the vaguely
whole thing.
door-shaped area directly in front of us.
No. I'm talking about like if there was anything, I don't know. I'm looking for something to interact with, but I guess that's not the
Yeah.
case. So
So Morgan will pop off a psychokinetic hand and let it like go through the doorway and press against the rock that's there.
Yeah, nothing happened.
Treylax
Okay.
says,
I'm sorry. I need to hear you say that one more time. Make sure you got it right. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not the past.
not the password.
Loft.
Okay.
So when he used his psychokinetic hand, did it touch anything?
I
Or
mean, it
went
stopped
through?
at the wall. Yeah,
Okay,
like
yeah.
didn't go through it.
So
but-
it's not an illusion.
right.
Well, I guess the buck stops here. Good adventure, guys.
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
let's get back on the
Tina
boat.
would just walk up and touch the stone.
there you go.
The stone feels surprisingly hot, considering that it's very cold where you are. You know, you're in the mountains in the shadow plane. Like, you guys are used to cold, right? Don't you all have cold
Yep.
resistance? You know, so this is quite warm, and that is strange to you. It's almost a roll of perception check.
Ooh, we can do. Would this be considered against undead?
No,
Damn.
You did say necromancy.
I did. That's
Yeah.
a good question.
I mean,
But-
so before you roll, we are all focusing specifically on this. Are we all rolling, or can we aid the
well,
perception?
I want
Like-
her to do a perception because she's touching the door. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a touch perception, right?
Okay, that is 29.
29. It's almost as if you feel like a pulse, you know, almost like a heartbeat.
It's
With that perception,
alive.
with that
But more like
perception,
feeling a pulse than than
yeah,
like, you know, you don't hear a toot toot toot,
Yeah.
you know, you just feel the faint kind of rhythm of a pulse.
she would pull out her little knife thing that she uses
Mm-hmm.
for scarification and just kind of drag it across the rock. Anything happen? Is it rock?
No.
Question. Yeah, so you say that there's a heartbeat. Well, I wanted you to try a telepathic message to the door.
Okay. What do you say to the door?
Open.
Baylor.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Damn,
You
okay.
You don't even like sense a mind to connect to.
Okay,
you know?
all right. It was worth a shot.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, well then for shits and giggles, since that didn't work,
You said you just put the knife on the
like yeah,
rock.
like she tries if
Stab
it
it.
feels like it's like got a pulse and it's warm, like it might be living rock or something. You know what I mean? Like flesh rock.
Yeah,
She
no, I see.
drags her knife down, trying to like cut it like
scrapes
flesh.
like you were dragging metal
Okay.
along the rock. But I will say, I'll roll that perception over. You do feel the pulse quicken.
What?
You're turning it on.
Yeah, that's accurate to some degree.
So should we just punch the door?
Stab it. Stab the door.
I'm trying to be clever and it's just not working for me.
I'd cast knock if I knew it would work, but I know it's not going to work.
That's what I have knocked too, and I was like,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like,
Is
I
this
don't
something
know.
incredibly simple that we're just fucking missing somehow, Adam? 'Cause we didn't
probably.
pay
Kind of.
attention.
So you're right. There's a door handle.
Can you
know?
just kind of give us the set of relevant information that may give us a clue of some kind? Because this is gonna go on
So this
with us
is,
saying Melon the whole episode, unless you like.
I mean, you know,
Recall
that's like your
knowledge,
opinion,
maybe.
man.
Let's see.
Here's what I'll let you do.
We're not a puzzle-solving table,
So-
dude.
You're like almost there, though. That's the thing. So
So can I do one thing real quick? It's warm. It's hot. Whatever. Cool. I felt the pulse quicken. She'd say to the rest of the party, step back a bit. I'm going to try something. And she would pull out her chains and would attack the door, essentially.
Clink. I mean, nothing.
Okay. It's cold damage.
Let's go a different way. And Mordrin approaches, and he'll touch it and cast a Mystic Cure. Try to heal the door instead of attack it. Maybe it'll like me then.
You actually feel the pulse go down, like slow, when you do that, like less excited about that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's a freak.
I think that it wants like blood tribute. So Trelax will summon his Kusarigama and like just put a small cut on his hand and press it against the rock.
The door slowly rescinds back and then slides open.
There it is.
Forgot what game we were playing. Sorry.
Kuthites.
Let's put you guys on a map, huh?
Oh, okay.
That's
yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Good job, Zach. See, you didn't need me to give it to you.
No, I
more
didn't
time.
want to have to do that. Is all.
But you did it though. You know.
Yeah.
Like that's what's important. Is that you solved it.
Yeah.
Tina just beams at you, like, yay! You're a part of this now.
All right. The entrance chamber of this Velstrak temple is shrouded in darkness. The smell of blood permeates the dusty air, though you can see no evidence of recent violence here. The walls are embedded with skulls and bones. The torch scones are lit, but only by a dim, haunting, fluorescent red light. In the center of the room, there is a statue assembled and carved from a combination of bone, discarded tech, and metal. The statue overlooks a pedestal upon which a dusty old book lays open. Directly behind this unmoving sentry, a door is inset on the eastern wall. In the south, there's like a hallway that opens, but it's looks to be blocked by a shimmering kind of force field.
I would like to... Well, Zeno would take a step forward, and he wants to investigate that pile of organics and non-organics from
You say
afar. From
pile.
afar.
It's a statue.
You're talking about the
I'm sorry.
statue?
Yes, my bad. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the statue.
Okay.
And yeah, go ahead.
No, I just want to make sure.
Sorry,
knew
I
what
thought you were about
talking
to.
about.
Art is
thought you were about to drop some
subjective.
description.
You know, one man's pile is another man's.
So, yeah, I guess I just want to. I mean, is there any description to that statue, or should I roll a
Yes,
check?
there's a
Okay, yeah.
statue assembled and carved from a combination of bone, discarded tech, and metal.
I know. But is abstract art? Is that what we're looking at? You know what I mean? Or
What's it
is
a
like
it
statue of?
Yes,
It's
who
like
is it
a
a statue of?
humanoid-
That's what I'm trying to say.
It's like a humanoid shape, right? And it looks like, it looks Kyle or human in nature, you know, like, but it's also made out of like various pieces of bone and metal. It almost looks like a construct type shape.
Tin-
You know what I mean?
Tina would detect magic on the book, and I mean, it's a cone, so just directly ahead.
You do not detect any magic on the book.
Any on the statue?
No.
Okay.
Interesting.
Let's approach.
Detect magic on
I'm
the
sorry,
surroundings.
Yeah, there's like there is some small magic just because of like the fusions.
How
of
it was
bone and
created or
metal.
something.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Right.
Latent magics.
Let's investigate the book.
Yeah, really curious about that situation. So
So yeah, go
we
ahead.
move our tokens.
Yeah, who's gonna? There's room for like 2 people to kind of like stand over the book.
Well, Trelax is not exactly a
I'm
nerd,
to the
bro.
book.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so probably
Yeah, Mordrin, Zeno,
Mordrin, maybe 10.
maybe 10.
I would like to ready
I
a
mean-
spell from afar, personally.
Considering it's probably, or I'm assuming it's in a temple, I would assume it's a religious text.
Yes, I would assume that.
So I figure Mordred and Tina are the ones that would want to check that out.
Right. All right, so yeah, the 2 of you kind of step up to the book. And I hear you ready to spell, triggering on what?
In case that construct happens to move.
Gotcha. If it moves, you're fine. You're doing your spell.
Yes.
Got it. All right. So when you approach, you can see that the book is open to a passage. And that passage reads, "The ways of the Velstrak have been most purified by the great Onularitus, the Manifold. The Manifold has shown the mouths the way to purity. Technology and flesh have become one, excising frailty, impurity, and suffering. One must only accept Onularitis and her great destination, amoral existence. All who come here are welcomed into her arms, for the Manifold is the place of purification. Proceed through this shrine to her greatness and learn the truths of the Velstrak. Follow the ways of Ergos the First, the Arca Abbot, and embrace the gospel of perfection and pain."
Sounds like a first-year philosophy student. Embrace amoral behavior. Yeah.
I'm 14. This is deep, bro.
Yeah, right. I feel like, and this is just going on, my instinct for self-preservation. This implies we're going to have not only a meeting, but potentially a fight ahead of us.
Good.
I was hoping
For once,
that.
Mordrin, nods, yeah. My boy.
What's that in the north, on the north wall? Is that just decoration?
It's just like kind of a protrusion of bone and metal. It's clearly more decorative.
Okay, but there is that shimmering force field type thing to the south.
And then right behind the statue is another door. Right behind it.
I mean, Tina would go check out the door, would try and perceive.
You can move up to it.
Tenna, I wonder if perhaps we may be facing more blood sacrifice doors. Just be aware.
Does this look like a proper door, or is this like?
All right. Yeah. So the door has no doorknob or latch. The only feature is a hole in the center of the door, large enough for any large or smaller creature to insert their hand, probably up to their elbow. Above the hole is an inscription that says, "The first truth. One must never accept weakness."
There are plenty of bodies outside. Want to just take one of those, put its arm in there.
I laud the effort, though I would prepare to be disappointed with that
And I
experiment.
would not further defile the bodies of our brethren.
They're already dead. Okay.
Tina sticks her left arm in.
Damn.
Holy shit. Okay. Okay, so arm's length inside the hole.
Wait, what are you?
You can feel like a handle of bone.
Okay.
You have just enough space to put your hand around this handle or this lever. That's what you feel in the hole.
It's the fucking Gom Jabbar,
I was literally
dude.
just gonna
It's
say
the
she
Gom
grips the
Jabbar.
handle and she says, "Fear is the mind killer," and tries to twist it.
There you go.
So it's
There
like a
you go.
lever, so you'd have to
Okay,
pull it.
pull it. Yeah.
But when you try to do that, it like gums a little bit and then like jams on something. Roll a perception check.
Gross. It comes a little bit and jams on something.
Oh wow.
36.
Okay, so you're feeling around in there, and your fingers feel what feels like a ring around the base of this lever. That's like kind of it's getting in the way of it moving. There's like a loose ring that's over that you can pull up over the lever, but right now it's down at the base, blocking it from moving.
Here's what we're gonna do. Now that I can kind of feel all of this jazz, Tina's can I reach the ring with my hand, like around the base?
Yeah, you can feel it. Yeah.
So she's gonna try to grab the ring. Now that she knows where it's at, she's gonna use telekinetic hand and try and grab the ring and jerk her hand back simultaneously.
So you're trying to put a telekinetic hand
not a
in the hole
telekinetic
while
hand.
your hand, or psychokinetic
Yeah.
hand while your hand is in there.
Basically, like, kind of like casting it as almost
Turn
like a
it
ghost
into a
hand.
glove?
Yeah, and then snatch her hand out.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Like-
do the old switcheroo type.
The old
Sort of,
Indiana
yeah.
Jones type shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Okay.
Because she wants to pull the ring out with the psychokinetic hand to unjam the thing. But if I can get out of losing a limb, I'm gonna.
Right.
All right. So, what I'll need you to do is roll a sleight of hand. Then, let's see how well you can do this.
Okay.
That's fun.
Wait, is sleight of hand a skill?
Yeah, it sure is.
Oh, yeah.
What if one
If
doesn't
you don't
have
see
that?
it means you're not trained.
It's not trained.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Ouch. Then I need you to just roll a straight dex roll.
Neato. I could do that. Who says I can't?
No one.
Literally no one. Yeah.
Oh no.
7 total.
7 total. Well, I'll say that you failed that by 5 or more for sure. So, a few things happen simultaneously. The hole contracts around your arm as spikes come out of the hole and has your arm locked into place with spikes. You are going to initially take. Let's see here. Let me roll this damage. Pretty good on that. That's 14 points of damage. As it locks you in place, you are effectively restrained by the wall. And you guessed it, folks. The statue comes to life. And I'm going to need everybody to roll initiative, but later, because we'll see.
Yeah.
There it is.
Son of a bitch.
Got my hand in the hole.
You thought it'd be a good idea to
what
stick your hand in the glory hole there, Emily.
What happens if I take my hand out of the box? You die.
Pain.
Yeah, pain. That's
There
it.
you go.
Well, perfect. It's so perfectly Kuthite, you know?
Naturally.
Everybody stop it.